Hello all, I'm Nordica Pines. Today I'm going to be doing a pretty silly video. I'm going to show you my tips and tricks for Zombie Merge Tycoon, which is a little bit ridiculous, I know, because this game is not that good. But unfortunately, I'm buying into the sunk cost fallacy, and I'm going to try and, I forgot what it's called already, gosh dang it. I'm going to try to get to the level 19 zombie because I'm to the level 18 zombie so far. So I just need 2 more of the level 18 zombie and then I can merge them. Or maybe just 1 more. I don't know. I'd have to check. Point is, right, this is the game. I've been playing it for a good while now. First thing that you're going to want to do, right, number 1 tip, join a server with almost nobody in it. Now, I already did a test recording, right? So I know for a fact that this guy right here, who is the only person in the server, right, is AFK because they were not fighting the zombie, who is the boss zombie. This guy's also got way more zombies than I do, as you can see. Also, I'm evil for Wrath Month, so, and by evil, I just mean I'm 1x, 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 1. Okay, number 2, I hate the sound effects and the background music constantly playing. So I turn those off. Then, okay. I have a lot to explain, I realize, right? I'm not going off of, like, a script or anything. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab both of my guns, though. I've also got an auto-clicker, which is what I use, when I am, like, AFK, basically. You know, to keep me, overnight, basically. Okay, so the normal gameplay of this game, right, is that, I'm gonna hide that as well. Okay, so basically, why is my chat off? There we go. Basically, right? Okay. All of these zombies that that you have, right, will, drop their samples every, like, 10 seconds or so into here, and then normally you have to go and pick these up yourself, and then bring them over to this machine, and stand on that button that says put samples into the machine, and that deposits all of your samples, and then converts them into money, and then the money automatically goes into your wallet, basically. But yeah. So number 1 tip, right, about buying zombies, buy as many as you can at the same time, because as you can see, the button to buy the button to buy 1,000 zombies is just 1,000 times more expensive than the button to buy 1 zombie. But the price to buy zombies goes up every time you buy zombies. So buying 1,000 zombies individually is way, way more expensive than buying all 1,000 of them at the same time. So once you, have enough money to do that, basically, then that's what you're gonna do. Of course, when you're starting off, you want to just be buying, like 3 zombies or 10 zombies or so at a time. Because that's, cheaper than buying 10 individual zombies. And then this is, of course, the button that merges your zombies. And that kind of just refreshes it, basically, if they're already merged. Like that. But yeah. This is, the tier 1 zombie is just a regular one. This is the tier 2. This is tier 5. They all have their own, like, pretty cool, models, in my opinion. I do like the zombie models in this game, but yeah. Also, I'm sorry about the fans, I can't really help it. It's summer, and I don't want my computer to try and overheat, so there's gonna be some fan noise in the background from the fans in my laptop stand. But yeah. Like, I can turn them off if I want to, but yeah. Anyway, right? Okay, and then you'll also have a boss zombie show up, every 7 minutes. It waits for 7 minutes after the, oh yeah, also, as you can see, right, when they drop the samples, you can still catch them while they're on their way to the thing. So yeah. But I just have every game pass in this game, so, I have it both pick up the money for me automatically, and put it into the machine automatically, but yeah. Yeah, okay, so the boss zombies can be any zombie from tier, I believe 10 to tier 15. I'll have to double check, but yeah. And this is the best way to cheese the zombie without making it too unfair, right? If there's, like, enough other people in the server, I will be nice, and I will actually go out. I realize you can't see where I'm pointing, and I can't motion with my cursor right now because I'm shooting. Okay, yeah, okay. right? You're gonna want to get some headshots. He's not taking enough damage. Get some headshots. Because they do 50% more damage. Right? For every single gun. This is the best gun in the game, to my knowledge. But yeah. Yeah, this is definitely the best gun in the game. Like, even better than the one that I paid Robux for. Which is sad. But I believe that that one was, it's the Demon Hunter one. But, like, I believe, right, that, like, you can lure the zombie into your Tycoon, and then only you can get it if you have, you know, your door lasers, on. But, like, you know, that's not very nice, basically. I'm saying to be nice. I'm nice enough about it, right? I'm only picking up all this money outside of my Tycoon, because the other guy is AFK, and I was able to figure that out because he hadn't defeated the boss zombie at all. So either he's AFK or he doesn't care. Like I said, right, you can just use an auto-clicker to go AFK in this game. Okay, what else was I saying? Okay, so yeah, so like, you know, having it be right up next to the glass of your Tycoon, lets you be able to, like, you know, get all of that money that was in that area behind your weapons. You know, like I showed. Yeah, I have every game pass in this game except for most of the weapons. All of them except for that one. But yeah. Oh yeah, and also you have achievements. This was a newer update. So, yeah, so I think that that's pretty cool. The boss kill, by the way, only counts if you get the final hit on the boss, which I think is really stupid, and also bosses don't count toward normal kills, or else I would have way more. Probably. I don't know. Anyway, right? The sniper rifle does 105 damage. Players and zombies have 100 total damage. Health, I mean, unless they bought the VIP thing, but as far as I can tell, I either already had it or it's free. I can't tell. But yeah, it gives you 50 extra health, so then you can't die in one hit no matter what, basically. It's kind of pay to win, but it's either free or I already accidentally bought it, so yeah. People in this game are probably literal children, by the way, which is why they're so annoying. But anyway, so yeah, so like, you know, if you do buy the game passes, right, the main thing that you want to upgrade is your rate, because that determines how fast, you know, you can get everything converted. Oh my goodness, I can buy another 1,000 zombies. Hold on. Yeah, and then if you have more than, like, 150 zombies, I want to say, then they automatically merge. Then you don't have to automatically, you know, manually press the button to merge them, but yeah. But yeah, boss zombies, no, that's tier 16, okay. What's tier 17? Okay. Okay, so boss zombies can be between tier 10, which is the demon zombie, or maybe they can't be tier 10. It's either tier 10 or 11, and they can go up to tier 17, but that just kind of, like, you know, determines... Oh, okay. So I just need 2 of the force field zombie, I gotcha. I don't know why it's just 3 dashes, but okay then. Okay, so all I need to do is get another tier 17 zombie. So I really just need to get another tier 16 zombie, and then 2 more tier 16 zombies. The problem is how long that's gonna take, because as you can see, I have 6,322,000 zombies right now. And yeah, I don't think that this guy is buying any zombies. I bet somebody killed him, right? If you're playing this game, it is highly annoying and generally unlikable of you. I usually just leave the money on the ground because I don't really need it, right? Like, I'm making enough money, and you know, I'm making enough money without having to do literally anything as it is, that I don't really care. But yeah. Oh yeah, somebody killed the guy. Okay. Now I am going to break into this guy's Tycoon, right? But for a good reason. I'm going to try and push him over to the buy button. But, like, I'm not entirely sure that it's gonna work. Right, this is how you break into people's Tycoons. Most people break into people's Tycoons because they are jerks. Also, the join group button does literally nothing. I know that this isn't my tycoon, but yeah. Okay. I might not be able to push this guy. I might kill this guy so that he... Oh wait, no, that's right. I can't go out the laser door. It's gonna kill me, and then I'll have to get my... What's it called back? Well, he didn't buy the bone sword, which kind of makes sense. The melee weapons are, like, not that great in this game. So, yeah. Wait, can I see my kills here? Yes, 3860. Oh, what the heck? How did that not count as a headshot? Weird. 3861. Okay, so killing players, for the record, does give you another kill. But, like, don't do it because that's mean. Right? It's like, it is directly helpful to you immediately to kill people and be generally not nice, but, like, don't do it because people won't like you. Right? Half the time, you know, just to be nice when I'm AFK, I leave my door open. Right? I'm not using all my guns that I have. You know, they can use my guns if they want. They can come down here, get these super good guns. You have to spend like $3 billion or something like that to unlock this part, by the way. Like, let me go to someone who isn't here's Tycoon. Right, the door lasers don't do anything since it's actually not owned by anyone, but yeah. You normally, right, you have, this button is like a button, you know, to unlock, to open the hatch, basically, but yeah. I'm really not sure why I did buy the starter pack. They only added it recently, so I was already, like, super far in, right? And it's like, it gives you almost nothing. It gives you some guns, 3 zombies, and $3,000. That's it. That is not a lot of money. But yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah, also sometimes the samples get stuck here. But yeah, okay, so after I defeat this, this next boss zombie, which I am going to defeat, oh, the general, yeah, I'll defeat it by actually, you know, running out here and stuff. The general strategy to defeat boss zombies, right? Okay, this is the mecha zombie. The mecha zombie is really hard to get a headshot on, right? Some of these boss zombies are really hard to get a headshot on because, like, for example, this one, right? It only counts if it's on the very top of its head, but also this one can't jump, so I believe that I can get it stuck on a piece of geometry fairly easily. Like this. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Okay. For example, right, this guy you can only get a headshot on if you shoot the very top of his head, or like the commander zombie has a hat on, so you can only shoot him in his face, and not in the rest of his head, which is annoying, but like, whatever. But yeah, normally, hold on, that's right, I was showing, like, you know, what your normal strategy would be. It's like, you know, they just about all chase you at about this speed. You also want to dodge these things because they're dangerous. Most of them create pillars, but like this guy shoots down balls from the sky, so yeah. So you kind of just want to, you know, run around while being chased by him, and as long as you run, which you can do by holding the shift button, so you're also going to want to turn off shift lock beforehand, but yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, and the more things you get, right? The more, like, achievements you do, basically, the more money you get, because it gives you upgrades, and I think that that is really cool. That is a very neat feature that they borrowed from SCP Tycoon, I want to say. I think that, like, they built this game off of a template because SCP Merge Tycoon, which I think was just called SCP Tycoon, actually, right? Which is another game that I played for a bit. It has better boss fights than this one, but other than that, it is exactly the same. And it's also harder to break into people's tycoons in that game, because you actually have to know how. The answer is just to get the merge into the Plague Doctor, I mean the morph into the Plague Doctor, and then you can just, like, jump on top of their big statue of their highest zombie, because, like, or of their highest SCP because you're taller with it, and then you can jump on top of it and then like over their wall. It's really annoying when people do it though. Please don't do it. I'm just saying that is how you do it. It's like, it is for educational purposes only, I promise. I do not want people to do this. Anyway. Ow. Anyway, right? I'm guessing that that game was like made with the same template as this game, but like it was an updated version of the template. So then like, you know, they just kind of... And also this game has the basement area though. SCP Merge does not have... SCP Tycoon does not have... does not have the basement area. The basement area is mostly cosmetic, but it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. You know, it has a bedroom where you can go to sleep. Basically just has you sit down on a chair. It's got some books and stuff. It's got, you know, some zombies who are floating here. It's got a teleport point. No, I would not. I'll do that in a second. Even though I usually, even though I never get that, by the way. Right, this is like the second best gun in the game. This is the best one. But, yeah. Which is, of course, why I use it all the time, so yeah. And here you can see, oh my goodness, excuse me, all of the zombies that you've unlocked. I forgot about this, actually. But yeah, but they don't do anything, of course. It's just for show. Yeah, so you have the normal zombie, the blood zombie, the miner zombie, the big zombie who has a chicken, a whole entire rotisserie chicken, I just realized. The guard zombie, the pirate zombie, the soldier zombie, the poison zombie, heavy zombie, demon zombie, heaven zombie. I thought it was called the angel zombie, but I could be wrong. Ah, a bunch of other people joined. Oh well. It was 2 other people. That's not too bad. Probably, right? As long as they're nice, it's fine. That guy sounds like he has a handgun. And they both left. Okay. Anyway, then we got the void zombie, frozen zombie. Right, these are the zombies that you can get as a boss. Heaven, void, frozen, flame, spring, officer. That's right, officer zombie. I thought he was called the commander zombie. I think it was called the commander zombie. And then there's mecha and force field, of course, and whatever the 19th one was called. I think it was like the radiation zombie, but yeah. Here we also see the otherwise unused female body type zombie for R 3.0. We got a vaccine test of some sort. That's right, we are collecting samples from these zombies to sell them so that people can make vaccines. So yeah, or like we put the samples in the machine which then converts them into a vaccine and then we sell that for money, I guess. But yeah. Ow, my jawbone. Okay. That's about all of the tips and tricks that I have, I guess. Is just like, you know, melee weapons suck. Generally, just use ranged weapons because they buy you so much more time, and also the melee weapons don't even do that much damage. For some reason, like, you'd think that they would do, like, you know, like a metric ton of damage. Like, this thing would do, like, you know, 50 damage or something like that if I hit you with it. How much does it do? 19! And also you can't get headshots. And this is the best melee weapon in the game. And it's also super buggy for some reason. Either that or I'm just lagging a lot. I don't know. Alright, look how many hits it's taken this guy to die. Oh my goodness. But yeah. Yeah, so like, you know, generally don't try to participate in boss fights, of course. Until you have at least a ranged weapon, you know? And then you can, like, you know, have a right to say, hey, I should get at least some of the money, and then you can, like, you know, run in, get some of the money, run away because people might try to shoot you. Fortunately, that hasn't been happening too much recently, so at least there's that, but, yeah. Oh yeah, literal one bad thing, right, about this whole bit I'm doing where I'm evil for Wrath Month. Right, besides the fact that I can't change my name back until, like, 11:30 p.m. tonight, right? Because now it's the 7th, and I changed at like 11:30 p.m., just slightly before the end of Pride Month, right? Literal only bad thing about this costume, besides that, is that, you know, besides being locked into it for a week straight, right, at the very minimum, is I have been attracting every Forsaken cosplayer imaginable. Like, I was playing, I ordered a wrist rest, actually. I should check and see if I got a text yet. I did not, so it's not here yet. But yeah, I ordered a wrist rest for my keyboard, because I don't have one below my keyboard. I only have one, like, on my, let me tab back, hold on, let me tab back into OBS. Right, I only have one, like on my like on my mouse pad, right? Like this. This mouse pad is probably 20 years old, by the way. But that's okay, it works fine. I need to wash it, probably. I just realized I haven't washed it once ever, I don't think. Anyway, this is about to start. Right, I might have, like, rinsed it out once, and I shake it out a whole bunch, right? I, like, you know, wipe the crumbs off of it to the best of my ability. Hey, yeah, like the spring zombie, right? She's got a hat on, so you can only shoot her in the face to get headshots. And she's got hair, yeah. So the hair also blocks it for some reason. Okay. Oh, I've got a random zombie chasing me. Okay. Probably could have killed that guy way faster if I, like, you know, really locked in and aimed and whatnot and got a headshot, but who knows. Unlike SCP Merge, or SCP Merge Tycoon, or SCP Tycoon, or whatever it's called, just look it up. It'll look like this game, but with SCPs. And with, like, you know, like a big circle-y area in the middle, like this one, but it's, like, you know, an actual circle, and it has better events, too, right? This thing has, like, events that are sometimes a boss fight, and also everyone gets money if you win, right? Like, like it's just this game, but better, but I've been playing this one for way longer, because it's existed for way longer. Anyway... Anyway, right? Like, if you successfully defeat the boss, which sometimes, right, you get the dogs, and then the dogs like to bug, and one disappears after you defeat 2 of them. It's really annoying, right? Anyway. I have no idea what I was saying. Okay, yeah, last hint, last, like, you know, tip, right, is, okay, so I'm gonna turn on my autoclave. Okay, it's like, you know, stand on the... If you want to go AFK... Stand on the 1,000 zombie button, and it'll only buy zombies when you have enough money for 1,000 of them. Okay, I didn't get a very tycoon to to show this on, right? Okay, there we go. So I have to angle it really particularly. But, I have my auto clicker set to 5 seconds, because it takes about 15 seconds, I believe, for a zombie to respawn. I might want to set it to, like... Not 15 seconds, but like 5.1 seconds or something like that. Yeah. 6 seconds, even. Because I'm not just gonna set it to, you know, go off at least once every frame. Also, sometimes the zombies respawn in, like, a slightly different location than the previous time, which is really annoying. But yeah. Oh yeah, you might have noticed before, right? Right, so now you're getting kills, and you're getting, you know, money for other people to pick up. And it's gonna, you know, automatically upgrade how much money you're earning every time. Because of that, you know, because of all these kills you're getting. And you're standing on the button, that's right, and you're standing on the button, so you automatically buy zombies. Which is, of course, you know, it's not the most important thing, you know, if you've got this whole thing going on, right? Theoretically, right? You know, as long as nobody kills you, of course. What you can do is, if you only want to buy one of the 2 game passes, you know, to automate the whole thing, you can automate the one that puts the samples in the machine. And then you can just stand in here, because the zombies do stop dropping samples, right? After this area right here where the green rectangle is gets full, then they stop dropping samples, right? So theoretically, right, you could stand in here, so then when it starts getting too full, then, yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna put it on 10 seconds. Maybe if I just put it on every 1 second. Hold on. How did I not think of that before? Oh my goodness. Every 2 seconds even, because I don't want it to go off too often, right? I don't want to accidentally shoot other players, because that's rude, and I'm trying not to be rude. I am taking, you know, I am purposefully, you know, taking care to be polite and respectful to my fellow Robloxian. It's as simple as that. I am being very not evil for Pride Month. I really just have an evil and scary and whatever avatar, and that's about it. Okay. Right, I had a mental breakdown a little bit the other day because I think I'm about to, like, hit that time of the month, right? Aunt Flo's about to come into town for the next week or so, and like, yeah, my whole body just kind of starts stressing, I guess, before that, so, yeah. So that was probably why I was crying about, on After Night, about I am not great at Friday Night Funkin'. Right? But I'm getting better. Oh yeah, and also it does automatically reload. Right, so that's very handy. But yeah, as you saw there, right? The zombie respawned in a slightly different location than before, which is very annoying. Oh, and if I am AFKing this, I typically turn off the game audio beforehand because of obvious reasons. Okay, I'm gonna stop that for now. I'm gonna look at... Okay. Okay, I only need one more boss kill. And then I get the bonus. How much is it? Oh, okay. It's only plus 2% for every boss kill. Upgrade. You know, for every boss kill checkpoint. And 2% for every kill checkpoint. Right, so it won't get you a lot more money, but it will get you more money, for certain. And also I've maxed out my, my money and my zombies checkpoints, so yeah, as you can tell. Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of like, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna pick up this money just because, like I said, right, there is literally nobody in this server except for me that, what is it called? Right? Oh yeah, you know, you can, like, you know, forego the, you know, that's actually playing the game actively. So yeah. So, like, you can, like, forego the trying to shoot zombies part if you want. You can just, you know, auto-click, like, the air or something if you want. Just as long as you click into the game once every 20 minutes. Right, within a 20-minute time frame. Then the game will be like, yep, you're good. And there is no teleporting in this game, right? Because the map is small enough. Also, as far as I can tell, the zombie tracking, is, right, this is the only thing that I think that this game genuinely has, you know, does better. Like, you know, over, what's it called? SCP Merge, because in that game, except for with SCP-001, because, you know, that one just kind of, like, you know, stays up in the sky the whole time. So, like, you know, anyone can shoot it at any point, there's no way to, like, cheese it, basically. You just have to dodge its attacks, right? And then just, like, you know, the attacks hone on to you know, one person who's outside of their tycoon. And then they don't lock onto another player until that player is dead, right? That's the only thing that I think is bad about that game. Besides, you know, I just don't I think that the game is kinda slop, not gonna lie. Right? Like, at this point, I really am just playing this game for the sunk cost fallacy of, I spent, like, over 1,000 Robux on this game, I need to make it worth it. That's $10. That is $10 of my hard-earned money. Right? You can spend your money on whatever you want, but, like, you know, if you end up regretting it later, 9/11, that's not my fault. Right? I'm only doing this for tips and tricks. And again, I'm sorry, this video has gone on so long, probably. I don't even know how long. It has been 30 gosh dang minutes! Oh my goodness. Normally I would say swear words, but this is Roblox, so, you know, probably childrens are watching this. And I'm 22, playing this. Oh boy. Anyway, right? I could have sworn that this wasn't Officer Zombie, it was Commander. Yeah, it says here that it's Commander Zombie. Hold on, what? That's freaking weird. Yeah, it says here that it's Commander Zombie. Why did it say it was Officer Zombie down in my basement? That's highly unusual. But anyway. Okay, I've got 2 of tier 11. Oh boy. 1,000 zombies get to approximately a tier 8 zombie and a half, if I remember correctly. I could do all of the math, and I might do it right now. I might, like, pause the recording. I just remembered that I could pause the recording. Oh my goodness. And I will type all of these numbers into my calculator, or, like, I'll speed this part up or something, maybe. Because I'm learning how to use DaVinci Resolve. So I'll have to figure it out, but that's okay. I am really surprised that my keyboard wrist rest has not gotten here yet. But yeah. Because it was out for delivery in Boise, which is like 30 minutes away from Nampa, where I live, right? In Idaho. Right? I'm fine with saying the town where I live. You don't know where I live. It's a big town, trust me. It is to work in the middle of town. But anyway. I probably shouldn't have said that. I might cut that out. Anyway, I'm used to saying that when I practice having conversations, you know, just on my own, right? But, like, you know, probably best not to say that when, you know, other people are watching. Anyway, it was out for delivery at 9:48 in the morning, so, and it's 3:14, so, you know, hopefully it gets here soon, because they didn't tell me that it's here yet, so and it says on the website that it isn't here yet, so if it's here, if I go outside and it's here, I'm gonna be ticked. I might go outside and check the mail anyway. Oh yeah, okay, and I was gonna, like, maybe do a full screen capture. Yeah, I'm gonna do a full screen capture so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Let me do a new, what's it called? Hold on. Never mind, my OBS is frozen. I'm not going to be doing that then. I guess I'll just do it on my phone and cut it out in post. Also with that, I'd have to unfull screen the game, I think. Or I'd have to be not tabbed in. So, yeah. Anyway. I also don't know what that sound is. I just realized. Hold on. Oh, that's right, that's right. That's right, that's right. The sound effects are just way too loud in this game. So, like, you know, those, like, you know, weird wheezing and moaning sounds, they're from these zombies. But you can hear them upstairs, so yeah. Also, I'm gonna go to the ground, yeah. And then it just teleports you out here to your teleport pad. Yeah, which just doesn't exist until then. Okay. Until you buy it, that's perfectly fine. Okay. Quiet. Hold on, I have to go over here so that I can see what the numbers are. Okay. Oh yeah, and like, you know, it is more worth it to merge your zombies, right? Because, you know, a normal zombie drops a sample worth 1 sample. A ball worth 1 sample. A tier 2 zombie, right, is made up of 3 zombies. 3 tier 1 zombies. But it would be, you know, which would just, on their own, just be worth 3 altogether, right? But it drops 1 that's worth 4. So they, you know, consistently make it more and more worth it to merge your zombies all together. But yeah, I'm sure that they have, like, you know, some sort of calculation that they do beforehand. Anyway, okay, so I've got my calculator, right? Okay, so tier 1 is worth, you know, it's just made up of 1 tier 1 zombie. Tier 2 is made up of 3, so that's times 3. Tier 3 is made up of 3 of tier 2. Tier 4 is made up of 3. Tier 5 is 3. Tier 6 needs 3. Tier 7 only needs 2. Right, so that's where it becomes more worth, you know, even more worth it, because you get to, you know, get to higher tiers more and more quickly, but yeah. And then you get a badge for it every time, so heck yeah. Tier 8 is 2. Tier 9 is 2. Tier 10 is 2. Also, apparently you get a tier 9 zombie. I mean, you get almost a tier 8 zombie if you buy 1,000 zombies, but yeah. What was I on? Hold on, let me scroll. Oh, good. 1, 2, 3. Okay, okay, I can scroll on this. Okay, so 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm on tier 10 right now. Okay. And M started playing Roblox. I don't know who that is, I don't think. Times 3. Times 3. Oh, hey, the boss zombie's here. But again, right? Unless the other guys come back by now, we can just wait. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I was at the 3s, and then I did 2, 3 of the 3. Okay, so that's where I was. Yeah, okay. Right, I want to be absolutely sure that I get this incorrectly. 2. That's times 2. Okay, so tier 18, you need 5,038,848 zombies. And for tier 19, you need twice that, which is 10,077,696 zombies. Oh boy. Oh hey, my OBS unfroze. Oh good. This is the number, right? Just that you can see it, like, better, I guess. So yeah. Normally I have my hair up in a ponytail, by the way. Or, like, not up in a ponytail, but yeah. You know, in a low ponytail. The video is 40 minutes long, so I'm gonna, you know, defeat this zombie and then be done with it. But, yeah. You know, you just want to stand, like, you know, about over here. You know, just, you know, away from the statue. Yeah, and as you can see, right, the zombies normally jump. Like, normally they can jump over things to get to you. And all of them can jump except the mecha zombie. The mecha zombie is unable to jump. Because it has mechanical legs, I guess. I don't know. This guy is also only able to be hit for a headshot on the top of his head. Also, bullets go through walls. Bullets go through walls, right? As long as your cursor is on the thing that you want to hit, it will get there no matter what. Like, I'll lure a zombie. No, I'll, like, you know, up down here, zoom out a bit, right? I can hit this guy through a solid wall, right? There is, in fact, yeah, a solid wall right there, right? That I can shoot at directly. But, but yeah. And also the amount of money that you get from, you know, from the dropped money, scales with how many zombies you have, so yeah. It's either with, you know, just the sheer number of zombies that you have, like right now it's 30.2 million. I wonder if it'll go up if I buy more zombies, but I don't know. But yeah. But like, you know, it's only that much because it's gone up significantly, of course, from the time when I first started playing the game. So yeah, like before it was 30.2 million, it's 30.3 million now. Yeah, okay. So it goes up with the number of zombies that, you know, that you have. That is somehow related to it. Okay. Right, so that is just about all of my tips and tricks. Right, again, you don't have to try and shoot zombies while you're AFK. That's a very unnecessary part of it. And also be polite. Do not shoot other players, right? Unless they ask you to shoot them, then please shoot them. Because occasionally, right, they're trying to test something and they would like you to shoot them with a headshot. That is something that I had a hell of a time. Sorry for saying hell for any children's watching this, right? If you're like 13, you probably shouldn't be watching my channel in general, but like, you know, this video is safe to watch, right? I'm gonna make sure of that. Anyway, thank you all for watching my video. If you liked, make sure to like, comment. I think that the subscribe button does a cool thing when I say subscribe if you aren't subscribed. So, check that out and post. Heck yeah. I'm not sure I'll edit this down at all, I'll be honest. I might kind of just post this 40-minute video of me rambling about this, because unfortunately this is one of my hyperfixations, you know? One of my former ones, anyway. It's like, dude, I know every piece of information about this. Hey, my OBS infos. Heck yeah. Maybe I just had to sit on the window for long enough. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. I forgot what my outro is because it's been a while since I wrote a video script. Just in general. But, you know, make sure to stay true to yourself. That's the main point of what I'm trying to say, you know. Stay true to yourself. Save your money. Work hard. Heck yeah. Dab? I don't know why I dabbed. I really don't know. Okay, I'm gonna end the video now. Goodbye. Please enjoy. Have a nice life, you know. Never kill yourself. Never kill yourself. That's about the #1 thing I can confidently say. Heck yeah. Unless you're like literally Adolf Hitler, never kill yourself. Bye-bye.